this working? Okay. Thank you. I don't know where to, well, I do, but I didn't get that memo. I didn't even attend any of the classes or your kit, sorry. I did, but before we start, anybody from Houston, Texas? That's where we're based? Anybody? No? Okay. And I have these buttons. If anybody would like a ZenithCoin button, run to the stage now. There'll be a story about these later. Take a button. You're gonna, and
anything else?
I will tell you real quick about these buttons, because there's only 73 of them in existence. And the reason for that is prior, yeah, here's one per person. There's, there was, oh, well, that's it. Okay, that's okay though. I may have ZenithCoin for you or something more exciting. But prior to coming to the event, I was in a rush to get buttons, you know, pins. I got all this promotional stuff. And again, I'm not a coder, I'm a promoter. I'm a marketer. I was in the music business for 25 plus years. I'm a current voting member of the Recording Academy, go to the Grammys every year, all of that. And so I was in a rush, and so it was $300 to get buttons made. And I said, I need them tomorrow. And the lady says, well, I'll send you the machine, $100, you do them yourself. I got very sore hands, and for every 5 buttons, you now have one of the original out of that 5. So that's it. There were only 73 mined. Now you own them, and maybe they'll be a collector's item someday. Okay, so more important stuff, right? Let's, we'll talk briefly. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I guess I got to do that. I'll just give you a quick history how I really got into all this. Again, I'm not a coder, I'm not all that, but I've learned a lot to partner with the right folks. I have done some coding, but you don't want to see what came out. I purchased this coin in January. Where's Carlos? Carlos, stand up. He was the original developer of ZenithCoin that came out in 2013. 42 million coins in total will be mined. What he tried to do was a 50% where the miner got 50% of what they mined and 50% went into a developer fund. I started mining. I went on eBay to buy some more equipment. And then I saw this ad, own your own coin, ZenithCoin. It was a 7-day auction. The auction lasted 1 day, but I copied it. 30 days later, I found that eBay, called the guy up. He says, I'll sell it to you, the coins, the script, all, you know, we'll put it in a package. You know, I didn't know you could go actually get it made for free, but that's okay. I still paid for it. That's all right. That's all right. It all comes back. So I got the coin, and I thought, okay, now what? You know, you read about all these pump and dump schemes and people trying to create all these marketing, you know, how are you going to boost your coin to be traded properly? And so I did, you know, I went and sponsored, I knew how to sponsor stuff and spend money. So I went to the Texas Bitcoin Association conference in Austin, Texas. That's where I met Daniel with BitShares, their group, met a lot of great engineers, great developers. And it turned my whole thinking around. And I thought, God, these are the real people. I mean, these guys are coding $1 million ideas. The BitAngels were giving away $1.2 million in a hackathon, which I sponsored. I didn't even know what the hell a hackathon was. I just put my name on it. But what was interesting, it turned my whole thinking around as to what am I going to do for ZenithCoin? And then Daniel gave a great speech about the decentralized autonomous corporation concept. And there were 5 areas of concentration that he was looking at: insurance, voting, and the music business. So I thought, wow, let me get with this guy. So we really powwowed for 2 days on some different concepts. And before we get into that, I don't know about y'all, but I hate CNBC. I used to like CNBC, but every other day, Bitcoin is doomed for failure. All these horrible things about Bitcoin. And I think the misconception is everybody's saying it's a currency. If you look at the gambling chip, Wikipedia and other sources, you know, it's a token. So you pay money for a token, which gets you the right to gamble it away. If you're lucky to win, you take those tokens or casino chips and you turn them in for cash, right? That's kind of what Bitcoin is in a nutshell, I think. When I call it the clarification, you look at the Chuck E. Cheese model. If you put $1 in the token, you get 4 tokens. Put the tokens in the machine, they spit out tickets, you redeem the tickets for a prize, right? That's another spin-off of a casino chip. And so with the music idea, we said, how can we bridge those 2 ideas together, or the casino chip, this, and still get away legally? And we came up with Zenith Music Exchange. My passion in the music business has been about 30 years. I started when I was 16 years old, worked for a concert production company in Houston that did all the major tours. Back then, Journey, Rush, Van Halen, all the great groups. And we came up with merging our ideas with Daniel of coming up with a music exchange. What is that? So for the first time, when you our site will be set up where you can go buy music traditionally through Bitcoin. We're going to offer a Bitcoin payment system. You push a button, you download the song. But with this model, you'll have the option to buy a share in that song, which we are terming BitShare. You will own a BitShare in a song. So what does that actually mean? So in our case, we'll be working with the major labels. We're already in talks with them here in New York. We're meeting with Universal, Warner Brothers, all the big guys tomorrow. You'll be able to buy a share in a song. So let's say in this example, we have, I'll go back to the screen, Corral. Everyone knows that song, right? The big happy song. Something you can't see right here is Corral in the label has said, tell you what, we'll allow you to issue 50,000 bit shares, okay? Each one of those bit shares will be worth $1, $2, or whatever. Let's say that they're $2 a share, a bit share. It's $100,000. Now, an artist like Pharrell probably doesn't need that kind of money. So it's win-win if Pharrell can take that money and give it to charity. Now, what does that mean? So the money went to charity, but the public now has a share in that song, okay? A bit share. That bit share will trade on our platform at the Zenith Music Exchange platform. And how does it trade? How does it get value? Every time someone downloads a song from our platform, the revenues of that go back as dividends to the shareholders in a virtual world. Now, you don't own the copyright. You're not entitled to publishing income from any other sources. You're entitled to what just this website generates. And that's how we drive traffic to the site. You're giving your audience, the kids, the mechanism to learn about Bitcoin, altcoins, using the payment system, and to buy a bit share in a song. So these shares will trade on our exchange. And these are other artists we're working with, and we're at a stage where we're getting commitments from labels and the artist, working out how many shares they want to contribute. What I'm presenting here is not for any type of public, even though it's being recorded. These are first screenshots of what we're trying to do. So we feel it's win-win. The labels love it. It's a promotional tool. The kids, in being at the Inside Bitcoin conference, what I found out was, there was all this technical stuff and everyone's trying to do the payment system, but there's still where's the fun of it all? You can interchange with a merchant, okay, but where is that real thing that's going to blow it up? And we said, hey, what about music? An alternative to iTunes. Right now, iTunes is squeezing the major labels saying they want the exclusive for 2 weeks to 30 days. Can you imagine that? They're telling the labels, we don't want you to distribute to Best Buy, any of the labels or retail stores. You're going to go through us for the next 30 days exclusively. They have no other, their hands are somewhat tied. So we're in talks again with the labels as maybe this is an alternative source, not the solution, but it's part of a solution. So these are the concepts, ideas we came up with. This is available for independent artists. When someone asked me about it, it's like a Kickstarter on steroids. With a Kickstarter, you put your $5 in, and you get a copy of a CD, that's it, thank you, goodbye. You know, we need to push that aside, and hey, the fan is what got you there. I gave you the money, maybe give me something back. So again, this model is what we're into. It's we've had great success. We did a survey with a bunch of kids, and they were like, "Can I get on it now? Let's do it." Unfortunately, it's not quite ready, but that's actually where we are. It's going to be powered by BitShares. We're all working together on this. ZenithCoin has been going through some changes with platforms or exchanges to get listed. Luckily, we were talking with CryptoCurrency yesterday. After this meeting, if you want to get in, we're trying to raise money for some other developments through buying ZenithCoin. I want to introduce Cedric, who's also a co-founder here. He's from Canada, and he'll kind of just tell you a little bit about how we're going to integrate, how you can come into this space if you're an investor or want to partner with us. So, Cedric?
Ooh, testing? All right. So basically, there's a way, how this is going to work, there is going to be a blockchain. So what Dan was explaining is that it's a DAC. It has to be a profitable company, decentralized autonomous company. What it's going to be is ZMEX. That's the actual blockchain. It's going to be proof of stake, no mining, basically a profitable corporate company. The way to get into that, since it's currently being created by BitShares, there's two ways. It's a 50-50 split. So let's say there's 1 million ZMEX on the blockchain, just like Bitcoin has 21 million. 500,000 of those are distributed to ZenithCoin holders. The other 50% is distributed to the BitShares holders. So if they have BitShares PTS, those are the people that are going to, if you want a piece of that coin, basically, of that share, a share in that model, that's the way to go about it. So as Eddie was saying, ZenithCoin itself is not currently listed. We're talking with CryptoCurrency. As soon as it's listed, that's how you can get a piece of this future product.
We are, though, on all crypt.
We're on all crypt already?
Yeah,
all right, perfect.
We're
well, you can get it right now, so run. Other than that, the interesting part is we're doing with the Zenith Music Exchange is a front end. So the decentralized autonomous corporation will be the actual blockchain, which anybody can own. This is the product where you can actually start trading shares of songs. You can listen to music, you can buy music, and it's divided. All the income generated by the sale of a song will be divided to the owners of the shares of that song. So if a song sells for $1 and you own 10% of that song's bit share, you're going to make 10 cents. So every day, your playlist can be generating you cents or dollars, depending how popular your artist, the artist you invested in, is. And when you're done with your MP3, you don't have to just delete it. You can sell it on the open market. There's a trading platform where you can buy and sell your shares. So that's it. If there's any questions regarding that, we'll be upstairs answering any questions regarding how it works, how you can get into it, how the ZMX works, and of course, how the actual website itself and when it should be online.
Perfect. If anybody has a quick question, we'll take a quick question. Other than that, we'll be available. Yep.
On the site, are you actually trading MP3s or are you trading Zenith coins or BitShares or what?
BitShare.
But you just said you could actually sell, you could trade, if I have an MP3, I could sell it.
Right. So it's like Facebook, let's say. You can create a profile. If you're an artist, say you're a violinist,
Also, the artist has to create the profile.
or the music label, whoever has the right to the music. So if you're an independent in your basement, you can upload your music and create, let's say, 1,000 shares of your song. So that will act as a Kickstarter for you, or you can sell your shares. But if you sell your shares, whenever you sell that song, like Pandora, you hear music, when somebody hears your music and they like it, they can just purchase it. And when they purchase it, that $0.8 worth of blockchain money will go to you unless you sold your shares to your fans. So you'll be splitting the income generated on the website between yourself and your fans.
So the tracking for the income of these songs is being done on your site. It's not like a tracking, I
Exactly. It's not being done through the site. It's being done through Dan Lammer's blockchain. So the blockchain itself, which is just like a consensus mechanism, that's what it is. It will be what tracks what income goes to what shareholder of the
But
song.
this will be a central exchange. So the majors are talking about like, this is for our tier 2 artists that maybe are not selling that well. This is another concept, gimmick type of trade. But this will be a central location. Kind of when the iTunes came out. There was that one place you went to get your MP3 or that format, and this will be a place where, wow, this is where you trade your bit share in the song. And then you can redeem. So if the value of that song goes up based on downloads, and that share that you bought for $1 is now worth $10, you can take and redeem that for concert tickets, merchandise, or with the altcoin system, cash it out for money. I mean, hard money. It's like the casino chip idea. So again, we're available for questions. Everything is, and we're meeting with all the labels tomorrow, and we have great success, got major artists, and it's just going to be a great tool for kids to really get into trading, and hopefully it'll take off. And your support, one quick question,
So does this mean that there's two parallel systems whereby first you invest your ZenithCoin in a song, and when the value of that song rises, the return is paid back in ZenithCoin, which can later be exchanged in cash?
Correct.
Almost, not exactly.
Well,
so basically the blockchain, let's say it's called ZMEX. That's the shares of the DAC is ZMEX. Now, all purchases on site are made in ZMEX. The user doesn't have to know that. It's just how the system works. All you see when you're a user is a nice website where you can listen, share your music, buy a share, sell your music, do whatever you want. The back end is all priced in ZMEX. So if you purchase your music, it could be written in US dollars, but that would be just what the viewer sees, but it's backed by ZMEX. The purchase is made in ZMEX, and all the value of your shares are in ZMEX. Does that make sense? So what ZenithCoin does, ZenithCoin and BitShares, those are ways to fund it. So if you want access to this proof of stake DAG, because remember there's no mining involved, so since there's no mining, if you want a share of a proof of stake DAG, you have to somehow invest something. The way we're going to do that is we're going to redeem 50% of the ZMX blockchain to the ZenithCoin holders. So ZenithCoin exists right now, but the product does not exist right now. The DAC doesn't exist, ZenithCoin exists. So if you have ZenithCoin, you'll have access to your share of the DAC. If you have BitShares PTS, you'll have a share of a DAC as well. Those are the two ways to fund it. So those are just two mechanisms to issue shares fairly. Yeah, go ahead. Very good, yeah.
You said there's no mining, so that indicates pre-mine. If you have a pre-mine, how much of that is available to the public and how much are you holding?
There's no mining, so no pre-mining. It's basically, okay, right. So 100, yeah, exactly. 100% of the shares are in existence. So how do we give those fairly to everybody? The way to do that is by issuing it with the PTS model, BitShares PTS, and the ZenithCoin model. So you can purchase and mine ZenithCoin. It's just it's a regular altcoin. And you can purchase or mine PTS, BitShares PTS.
But that's the case that you have a hold somewhere. You're allowing some mining, and how much is on the hold?
100% of ZenithCoin can be mined out. There's
Currently.
yeah, exactly. It's just a regular altcoin. Now, it's just that when the ZMEX blockchain comes out, the DAC, when the actual decentralized autonomous company that trades music comes out, we're issuing 50% of that stock to everybody. We don't reserve a percentage for ourselves. We're just going to own ZenithCoin and PTS as well if we want a piece of that action. And the actual website itself is another way to
And for everybody
generate
that's
revenue.
here, if you come track me down, I'll give you 100 ZenithCoin. Download the wallet on me, 100 ZenithCoin. But you got to come. It's like the button. I'm a giver. You saw that. It's proof. Now back to the button, and then we'll wrap it up. Right. So what is the value of the button now? Is it worth anything to you? Probably not. It might be, but you know, it might be worth 100 Zenith coin if you come up and see me. We'll get you a wallet and I'll give you some coins. Again, I'm a giver. Thank you very much for your support.
Good job, buddy. Thanks a lot.